We have listened to His Excellency. He has said it all. Haven't listened to him, and for me to make a few remarks, I am quite constrained and humbled from the presentation of His Excellency. Your Excellency, I will rely on what St. Luke in his epistle said in his opening statement, that even though many have written about what they know and what they witnessed, that he, Luke, is giving a vivid account as one who followed from the beginning. It is that vivid account that I will attempt to give in perspectives what you stand for, what your vision stands for, and your administration. I have listened very carefully to you, the achievements you have recorded, the successes. And I say on behalf of the River State House of Assembly, congratulations. For those who do not know, and if I rely on the foundation I have set out, as in Luke, let me say that any process that creates growth, progress, positive change, or the addition of physical, economic, environmental, social, and demographic components is referred to as development. The definition not mine, and unquote. All that you have said here today in synopsis is covered by this definition. That is why it is the baseline and the foundation for my remarks. It couldn't have been better. This is my 13th year in the River State House of Assembly from 2007. And for anyone to know what development is all about, development is not a one-off element. Development approaches life in a manner that the present must dovetail into the future. That is development. What you are doing today, the 9th Assembly stands with you. You are doing so much for the state. Let me also remind you that only this morning the reverse medium-term expenditure framework was passed by the River State House of Assembly. The idea of representation and legislature is not about face-off with the executive. It is about cooperation to ensure that there is a better life given out to our people. Sectorial breakdown of your budget speech reveals a pattern whereby public money should be accounted for, fiscal discipline, and that the people should be able to feel the impact of governance and leadership. And I believe for anyone who seeks leadership position, this is the way to go. I commend your effort in your development agenda, what you have for your people. But this cannot go without one having an overview or a general knowledge of his environment. You know, one of the greatest philosophers when it comes to war will always say it, and he has postulated years ago that for you to go into any battle, you must certainly know your army, you must know your environment, and you must be competent enough to read what comes tomorrow. You possess these qualities, because if you don't, of course, if you know yourself, you don't know the environment, a certain defeat. But because you have these elements in you, that is why you can stand anywhere to tell people what you can do for your people. And let me commend you for your patriotism, your belief in Rivers State. Your belief in Rivers State is unparalleled. This is one man that has shown zeal to develop his state. And I urge Rivers people from the chair, I urge honorable members who are seated representing our various state constituencies to carry this message beyond the chamber of Rivers State House of Assembly, that we have found in one man, one who has capacity, one who has courage to develop the state. Excellency, I have been listening to several news items of people criticizing you. I will pray that those criticizing you should be able to know what the process of development is all about. Take, for instance, the 3 flyover bridges you initiated almost the same time and their construction simultaneously. Those bridges or interchanges, they are not linking anywhere to your house. So do not be deterred with the things you are doing for Rivers State and its people. It is important because you are on top of the mountain. Since you are on top of the mountain, in the valley, you will hear so many stories. When you want to come down from the mountain top to the valley, you will be angry like Moses. So do not come down to the valley, remain on the mountain where God has kept you, so that you will not break the 10 commandments. What you are doing for Rivers State is what is needed for this state to take off earnestly. Anyone that will want to come and wear that shoe tomorrow cannot go below the irreducible minimum that you are placing on ground. That is what we need in Rivers State. My dear colleagues, we have listened to His Excellency. A budget of over 374 billion for capital expenditure, then over 156 billion for recurrent. It means it's not a budget that cannot be accounted for. It's not a budget that will not have the things you can see. It is about infrastructural development and the people. So I think that this is the way we should go. We are about 70% of the budget dedicated to development, infrastructural development. Unlike when it goes into recurrent. For those of you in position, you know what recurrent is all about. That is the one that goes into your stomach that cannot be accounted for tomorrow. But the things you see after governance, after the man leaves the office, those are the ones you can account for. So I believe, Your Excellency, the Rivers State House of Assembly will continue to stand by you. You have acknowledged our support. And you know, at every point you are with us here, it is the beginning of our Christmas. We are always happy that you are here. So we are quite happy that you are here with us. You know you are a live bencher. I don't need to tell you what you know more than me. But let me say this, that justice has a very long arm and a long memory. And because justice remembered that Soku oil field belongs to Rivers State, but the people forgot. And justice recovered Soku oil field back to Rivers State. That is a good one, quite commendable. On behalf of Rivers State House of Assembly, we commend you, we congratulate you for recovering the Soku oil field, which by implication will also take out part of the shocks associated with the allocation from the Federation account. We want to commend you again for doing that for your people. You have enshrined fiscal discipline, and you have also said that effective resource mobilization key in what you are doing. As a prudent manager of resources, we will continue to be on the same page with you. We want to thank you, thank your administration for what you are doing. Your emphasis on food security which is agriculture, is very important. Because when the people are there, and you know, population is not about number, it's about people. When the people are hungry, it is no population. But when the people have food on their table, that is population by United Nations standard. World Economic Forum has stressed this time and time again. Population is about people and not number. What you are doing, emphasis on agriculture, is very important. Primacy you are giving in terms of the budget outlook is something that nobody, no right-thinking reverse person will want to think out of this box, except the person has a superior argument. So do not be deterred with whatever criticism. Criticisms will come, but you know you swore to an oath. So continue to do good to all manner of people. As a leader, you are doing well. You are one who believes in friendship and you share friendship. As you do this, God will continue to bless you. Bless your family, your administration, so that you remain focused on what you are doing for your people. Finally, let me, on behalf of the 9th Assembly, members of the 9th Assembly, wish you, your wife, and your entourage a very bright and merry, filled with joy and a new hope. A Christmas that will usher in a better development agenda for the state. I wish you a Merry Christmas. Thank you, and may God bless us all.